plays were you guys able to get in today?
I think we finished right at about 40 for the ones and 40 for the twos. You know, based on the kind of the 2 lines, and then we practiced for like 45 minutes before we even went out to scrimmage. So we practiced in Hawks. You guys have seen how we do the ball security circuit, warm up, stretch, individual, special teams. We had a couple hundred, 400 high school coaches here. So individual, special teams, 1-on-1, 7-on-7, and then kind of took a little halftime and went over the scrimmage, and we probably got close to 90 plays, maybe 85, 90 plays. So quarterbacks were live. We tackled quarterbacks today, and got a lot of good work in. Looked like we came out of it pretty healthy too, which is always important.
Any takeaways you could share, anything striking that you could share?
The offense really, moved the ball well today. The offense looked ahead of the defense. I think a lot of it was the quarterbacks running. You get to practice and the quarterback drops back and we blow it dead. Well, today, they had to try to hit Heinrich, had to try to hit Chuba, had to try to hit Jeff, try to hit Richard, and then they bounced off it and ran for big long plays. So that added in a dynamic that we haven't really exposed to the defense. But I thought it was not a ton of penalties, and it looked like a pretty clean. We had Big Ten officials, so it was good to get all that kind of in the stadium. It's my first time coaching in that stadium, so it's pretty cool.
Hey Matt, can you talk about just the environment this weekend with the coaches clinic and Coach Osborne speaking and them all being here to watch the practice, coaches and stuff? Yeah,
well, I'll just say this. Coach Osborne speaking last night was humbling. A, that he would do it, okay, and B, how detailed and meticulous he was. At 86 years old, I mean, it was gold. It was absolute gold. Like I took notes, we wrote it down, and really a lot of things that challenged me. And I think you'd find a lot of I think most of the coaches probably felt that way. Coach was bragging that it's the first time he ever made a PowerPoint. So, and I got up there and just crushed it, absolutely crushed it. So I was really grateful to him and really grateful to the coaches. This week, we want to be a place that people come to. We want to be a destination people come to come talk about football. So we're 100% open. I tell every high school coach, you want to come to practice, you come anytime you want, So, but we also wanted to have a really good clinic. I think it's really important, I hired some people that the coaches maybe aren't comfortable, familiar with. And so to sit there and listen to Terrence Knighton, Garrett McGuire clinic, and the level of detail and knowledge, I think that helps our program. And we had coaches from Texas. This week we had coaches from Albany, New York. We had obviously coaches from Nebraska, from the Dakotas. So people came from a long way. So to get close to 400 people here for our first clinic's great, and it'll just continue to grow.
What'd you see at the scrimmage today? Did you get to watch?
So, I don't know. Coach was planning on coming, but I don't. Once I got on the field, I was, so I'm not sure. I'll check in there afterwards. But I know he was planning on coming. So.
What do you think of the quarterbacks today? How did they play?
I thought they played really well. They all bring something different to the table. So, I think we probably turned the ball over twice. So some things we have to correct. But we got a lot of good situations. We got third down. We got 2 minute. We got red zone. And I thought for the most part they played really well. And again, that added dynamic that they bring, some of the guys bring of being able to run. So when Richard's in there, we do some different things with Richard. When Heinrich's in there, we do some different things with him. And I was really pleased with the quarterbacks today.
What's up with Jeff? Any notable injuries at all?
Yeah, Ben Scott got hurt on Thursday. Yeah, Ben Scott got hurt on Thursday. Just got rolled up on, and so should be out for a week or so. Not long term, no. So it was a knee at first, so we were kind of concerned that day. He was going to be okay, but came back and hurt his knee, but we should be back within a week or so. And I'm not, again, I want linemen out there, but Ben's played a lot of football, so. It was good to get. And I think Justin Evans Jenkins is really doing a nice job right now. Obviously wasn't familiar with him. He's from a place that I've recruited a long time, Irvington, New Jersey, and but he's really done a nice job. So he went in there, hasn't really missed a beat. But in terms of other notable injuries, nothing today. We had some guys get banged up today, leave, but nothing serious.
I know it's a fresh start for everybody, but is there some guys that maybe surprised you, maybe younger guys or people that are a little off the radar of this fan base the first couple of weeks?
Off the radar. I don't know who would be off the. I'm not sure about that part of it. I'm just trying to think of a good answer for you. I'm sorry. I've been really pleased with everybody. I guess I think maybe Justin, like I just talked about. I really like all of our backs. I think our backs is one of our strengths. I think they all bring something different to the table. Omar Brown's been a guy that's really coming on. So there's a lot of guys. But, you've heard me talk about A.J. Rollins. So I think, I haven't had a chance to watch this tape yet. This will be a really big evaluation for me. Again, not evaluation in terms of, trying to get the guys past, like, are we good, am I bad? Just hey, what can we do to help each player play a little bit better? So I didn't give you a great answer there. I'm sorry.
I know you talked to Coach Solich before. What does it mean to you that he's coming back?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Coach Solich, when I was the offensive coordinator way back when at Temple University, he was the head coach at Ohio. And he's quick to remind me that every time when we went out there, we played him for the championship. He beat us. He beat us every time. And I really loved, everyone knows him here. Like, he was running this offense, the Nebraska offense at Ohio, and then he morphed into like a spread, but it still was the same principles, you know what I mean? So whereas he wasn't using the fullback anymore, he was still the same series offense and all the great things that they did here. So I always have a lot of respect for coaches who are able to extend their success by adapting to different times. And so I've had some great conversations with Coach. I think it's really important for me to figure out how to win here. And so the best way you can do that is talk to Tom Osborne, talk to Frank Solich, talk to Coach Pelini, talk to the guys who've won here, And so, in fact, Coach knows my affinity for the fullback. So he texted me during the Michigan TCU game. I think the first play, Michigan hit a play. And all of a sudden I got a text from Coach Solich. He's like, see, I told you the fullback, so there's still a place for the fullback. And so I think it's awesome that he's coming back. Again, that's what this time I think is all about for Nebraska. It's not about, the eras that we played in or it's just about Nebraska. You know what I mean? So whether you play for the former players, my message has been, and I humbly say this, right? But whether you played for Coach Devaney, whether you played for Coach Osborne, whether you played for Coach Callahan, whether you played for Coach Pelini, whether you played for Coach Riley, played for Coach Frost, or now play for Matt Rhule, you played for Nebraska too. And so I think the power of this job is that you could, if the state unites, and everyone's for Nebraska. And so Coach coming back, I think, is just such a pivotal moment in that. Coach speaking last night is such a pivotal moment in that. And I'm unbelievably grateful to him for doing it.
Do you know of any former players under Coach Solich who are coming back to the game?
I don't know that. I know there were former players here today. So we've been we're open to them. So I'm sure that'll mean a lot to a lot of guys. Like I talked to Damon Benning yesterday because he was or today was at practice, and I know how much it meant to him probably that because we played for Coach. So Coach Solich, like Coach Osborne, their impact and their legacy has nothing to do with the amount of wins in the national championships. It's the way they coach their players. They both prove that you can win championships and develop really good men. And we're in a day and age where a lot of schools think it's one or the other, and they proved it's both. So I'm excited to have them back.
Trev said that you had a part in that, in bringing Coach Solich back. Is there something you said? It's been a long time since you've been back here.
I don't want to put my name in that. I don't want to take any credit for anything because that was Trev. That was Coach Solich. That was probably Coach Osborne, and that was probably a lot of other people. But I expressed to Coach Solich how much it would mean to me to have him here. I so respect him, and I so respect him as a coach and what he did at Ohio and what he did here, and I really want everything to be about Nebraska. Like the first day they put my picture up in the elevator, and the second day it was down. And this is never about me. It's about the players, and Coach Solich coming to the first spring game, I think, is just hopefully a tremendously unifying event for everybody.
Matt, what about the defense in the scrimmage? Anything flash out to you? Anything you noticed?
Oh, we attacked the ball. We got the ball out, and we intercepted the ball. I think Tony. I don't think Tony pressured a ton. I think he wanted to see the guys play with their hands and technique. Looked like we were good in pass coverage. We just gave up a lot of big plays to the quarterback running, which again, I didn't tell them that the quarterback's gonna be live till this morning, so I don't think they were super prepared for it. But I'd be interested to see the tape. See who played well. I think a lot of it for us right now is on defense is about getting guys in the right spots. Not about who the starters are. When I say spots, kids always think who's starting. We're gonna play so many guys on defense. My philosophy's always been to play a ton of guys up front. We don't want to wear down in games. We don't want to wear down in the season. So we're going to try to play a ton of guys. So it's about getting guys in the right position. So that'll be a really good tape for that.
Speaking of pass coverage, Tony White talked about, really kind of glowed about Malcolm Hartzog and what he can do back there. What are your initial impressions then?
Yeah, I think he's just a really good football player. Play as he can play safety, he can play corner. As a safety, obviously he's a little bit smaller, but he's got toughness. He's got the ability to make plays on the ball. Newsom's an NFL player. He's a really talented guy who's playing really, really hard. And there's a lot of guys that are want to come. They're really doing good things. Ashton Houseman's been a guy that's really played well all camp. Deshaun Singleton, I see him doing things. Kobe Bretz is really doing a nice job. So we got a lot of guys, and if I didn't say their name, doesn't mean I mean them. Just there's a lot of guys I see flashing in the back end, and that's important to us. The way we'll win is when we recruit safeties and they grow into about 220 pounds and they go down to play linebacker. And the days of the big safety are kind of over. Everyone's kind of moving around. So just as much speed as we can get on the field as possible, and Malcolm gives us that flexibility.
Good.
Thanks, guys.